So the theme for Inktober today is nest, and I'm going to do some kind of print here. It's inspired by one of my favorite artists, Betty Goodwin, who did prints of her dad's vests. So we're going to try it. So I have some Indian ink here, and I'm going to put it in the tray. So I already got ink on my hands, so we're just going to stick some of that in the tray. And I've got all these like cords. I have like some twine and cheesecloth. I'm just going to tear them apart and put them in the ink. So I'm just going to start placing them in there, and then I'll get my gloves on. I just want to make sure they're like nicely separated so we can like separate some of the twine and see what it's going to do. And you can put all kinds of things through this thing. You can put maybe I'll cut them up a little smaller. You can put cloth, all kinds of things. So I'll just cut those up. I'm going to put on my gloves. There we go. And now we're just going to, over here I have a 5x7 cardboard that's going to go through the pasta maker. We're going to stick the wax paper on there. And I'm just going to take the cloth, and it could have been a little less thick, but I'm going to just kind of push that through here a little bit and then open it up. Hopefully it's not going to get too squished, and I'm going to stick it on. So this is one of these things, I had a concept in my head, and we'll see if it's actually going to work. So we're going to just stick this on here, spread it out, and then get the twine. So again, we're just going to put this here. You can also like roll the twine if it's easier. I'm not sure what's the easiest method of this. The other thing, yeah, you could like spread it out and then roll it with paint or with a ink. So we're just going to spread that around a little bit. I'm not even sure what this is doing. It's very hard with gloves to do this. And then this too, we can like stick that in here. Just get a little bit of ink, and then we will just kind of roll it around a little bit just to get the ink embedded in the fibers. Okay, we can do the same here. We can remove that and then put it back. So we're going to spread this around. It won't look exactly like a bird's nest, but it's the concept. We don't want too much ink or it's just going to be a big mess. So I'm just going to roll this around a little bit to make sure the ink goes right through the fibers. And we're just going to pull this out and sort of like making a bird's nest, and just stick it on here as you like. And then we need the cheesecloth is there, so we want it to show a little bit more. I'm going to push this over here. I really like the look of the cheesecloth, so I don't want it too covered up, but I also want this to be a little bit abstract, so I really don't want to like manipulate it too much, except to spread out the fibers a little bit. So we're going to just do that, stick that in there. This is very, very basic. And then we need some paper to put on top. So I have some watercolor paper. I'm just going to stick right on top. We want to work quickly, and then we're going to just put that back. And then we're going to put the cardboards together. So that's going to hold in place. And then you want to lift this up here. You can also probably tape that together so it won't slide. And the idea is we want to put this on the widest setting for the pasta maker. So I'm just going to bring it out as wide as I can, because I'm not sure how big to make it. So, and then we're going to take this. These cardboards should maybe be more flexible. We're going to try this. So we're going to put it through here, and then we have our handle. So we're going to stick the handle in here. Stick it right in there. I think I have to move it off the side here, and we're just going to push that down and hope. Oh, it's too thick. So if it's too thick, we're going to remove one of the cardboards, and we're going to flip this over here, and I'm going to try to stick it right through without the other cardboard. So we're going to stick this here, or maybe thinner cardstock. Yeah, so that's going to go through around here. This just might not bend too well, but we can push it that way. I'm just going to push it out towards the side. Use a little more flexible cardboard thing. So I'm just going to do that, bring it out. So now we put it through the printer, and there we go. We're going to open it, and my hands are a mess, of course. I should have put the gloves back. And we're going to take this off, and it's a bit of a hot mess. So we're going to do it again. So there's too much ink on there. So let me just go dry my hands and then come back. So I got 2 more pieces of the watercolor paper. I'm going to remove all this. It's a bit of a mess. And I'll clean the table a bit. There we go. Luckily, this table is old. Mark bought it for $1 in a auction. So there we've got that one. And now we need these pieces again. So this stuff washes pretty well. I'm not gonna bother like putting my gloves on, but we're gonna like, maybe I'll keep this paper actually, and I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more. There we go. Just gonna dry it off a little bit. I am a messy crafter. So now we're going to put one of the papers back here. And then these ones, maybe we want to squeeze a bit of the paint out of there. I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm going to like pop those on here. Okay. Get all those off here. Actually, they might be pretty good now. It's kind of interesting what's left here. I don't mind it. So maybe we'll just dab a little bit of the extra. Okay, see how it's looking. That's pretty good. So let's put it back on here. Okay, I'm just going to put this on here, arrange it. The cheesecloth doesn't show up as well, but it's not too bad. So let's just stick these on here. Okay, and stick the other one on top here. And we could tape it in place, or we'll just go for it. So let's put it back through there. Okay, and roll it. There we go. Should have a clamp to stick this on the table, so I wouldn't have to hold it, but now this has to go that way. Oh, we're making a mess again. I think we're gonna have to do it 3 times. We should really squeeze the ink out. We're gonna bring that around, and we're gonna see what it does. Oh, I got a big cleanup to do. So we're gonna open these up, bring that open. Wow, it's kind of cool. It's doing interesting things. So maybe we're going to do it one more time. That's not bad. Gives an interesting texture. So we're going to put these back on here. Okay. Take these off again. Yeah, it just was too much ink, that's for sure. But this looks cool. I like that. Okay, so let's do it again. I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, so we're going to try it again. I have some clean watercolor paper, more or less clean. And then our fibers that have been squeezed a few times, and we're going to arrange them again. And then we're going to put this paper on again, okay, and put it through this guy. I really should have clamped this down and around. Oh, and let's hope this works. So there we go. We've got that, and it's interesting. It's not perfect, but it's cool, and we have the evolution of the prints. So there we go, the bird's nest.